Hello, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how I got on with my practically free Hive Tyrant model. So before I begin, if you'd like to see more videos like this one, saving you some money in Warhammer 40k, please hit the subscribe button and smash that bell button in with your bone swords or bone sabres. So obviously, as you can see here, we have the Swarm Lord, which I modelled using the tail, the jumping feet, and the jumping tail, jumping feet, and the body. So every part on this model is original plastic. Not one of these bits have been copied. In regards to this, I did a bit of a paint job on it. It's alright. It's not awesome. Not my best, but it's not so bad. But basically, I really love the model for the Swarm Lord, and I thought this pose is basically his jump is ready to pounce like a little space marine captain or something, and just like rip it to shreds. And he's poised, ready to slice and cut and jab and all the rest of it. So this is a cool model. So in the kit, you get enough to build one model. You get a base, you get, going off a little bit. Basically, you get enough to make one model, but you do get some parts, enough parts, effectively to make two. If you was only to get, there's this tail bit that goes into here. You also get the torso and the back plates, and then you get enough to make this Swarm Lord, and a couple of parts to make a Hive Tyrant with some walking legs instead, because you also get two tails. So we'll bring in the for want of a better word, the copy of a free model, which I made from the kit. Now obviously, as you can see, standing from a distance, these guys look alright. So you've got a Swarm Lord and you've got a Hive Tyrant. You can see the basic silhouette is spot on. That's how it should look roughly from a distance. But if we actually have a look close up, the copy isn't perfect. I'm not about to preach to you and pretend that it is. So as you can see, the detail on the Swarm Lord, the real model's back, pretty decent. It's pretty spot on. You can't say better than that. And on this one, you can see I've had to do some editing. So the ridge is more pronounced, and these are really battered. These didn't come out perfect, but they look a bit battle damage at best. So what I'll say about making your own parts with blue stuff and milliput, they're not going to be perfect, and if you think they're going to be, you're sorely mistaken. But the way I saw this is it's an extra model out of the same kit, meaning I get more for my money. I already had a base, and I already had some milliput, but effectively for about £2.50 or thereabouts, you can have another model. So the scything talons, the heavy venom cannon, the legs, the back part of the tail, and the head are all parts from the original model, plastic parts. The rest, so the little tail bit here, and the torso bit there, and the back, obviously we've discussed, was made out of milliput using blue stuff molds. And obviously, so the reason I've done the ridge more pronounced is because there was quite a bit of a gap. So I sculpted this on to make it, well, more pleasing to the eye, less obvious. As I said, from a distance you can't quite tell. But another knock-on effect, which you won't be able to tell from here, is that the depressions in which the arms go into, the sockets, were not as pronounced, meaning that I had to make a slight slice on the arm so it would fit perfectly to the body. So instead of going like that in a joint, it fits like that, effectively. So overall opinions, okay? So if you're trying to do this to make a full army so you don't have to spend a penny, then you are sorely mistaken, because it's not going to work. It really isn't going to work like that. But in the same way as I've done, if you're doing it to get two models out of one model kit, which can be built two ways, then you will get some fairly decent results. Not spot on. Now, I could argue that I could have spent more time on doing this, but I didn't. I'm a bit lazy. Yeah, so obviously on the torso here you can see on this little red chest piece, again that mold's not perfect, the side bit doesn't quite join on, so what if we do a quick side-by-side comparison. So obviously you can see there's some spikes there which are not on this model, and that rib fits perfectly alongside. This one is kind of like he's broke his ribs, but other than that, they're okay. Yeah. So in summary, as I said, if you're trying to get if you can get more for your money, then you will, right? If you're looking to make a full army for free, it's gonna look a little bit pants, to be honest. One model every now and again is probably not going to be too bad, and you're also not going to be able to do something too detailed, too much detail. So you can get a lot of detail, but if you these trickier ones. Anyway, I'm rambling on, but you can, as you can see, you make your own judgments on it, on whether you think it's good enough or it just looks horrible, which is fine. But for personal use at home, this is not going to be. This is perfectly fine for me for at best the cost of £2.50 for some milliput or thereabouts. It's you know what I mean. I've saved myself £20 odd for home use. There's a Hive tyrant there. Home use Hive tyrant. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to call the video because it's rambling on a bit, and I probably could have shaved the last 2 minutes off. So if you like it, one of them. If you don't, put one of them on it. Comments down below. And I will eventually attempt to do a tutorial. I don't know when. In regards to cloning parts for a model or something. But what I'll say is, for now, it will be in the future. Thank you very much. Good day.